A classic floor plan with some really nice design twists. The 2700 BH by Silver Lake just does a great job of taking what is already good and making it better by adding better features. A perfect example is the door right here to the bathroom. What you'll notice is it's a full privacy door. You don't have that big gap up top. So everything that's happening in the bathroom stays in the bathroom. The other thing I really like is the fact that it is framed out in wood, not plastic. A lot of the manufacturers, especially at this price point, use plastic, which tends to flex. The wood here is nice and solid, and the door opens and closes just the way that it should. Coming into the bathroom, I don't know if you caught that, but there is a motion light in here as well. So if all their lights are off, you come in through this exterior door in the middle of the night, light pops on, you can do your business and head right back out. I think that's a pretty cool feature. You will also see over to the side, you have some decent countertop space here, storage underneath, as well as a mirrored medicine cabinet in the corner. But probably one of my favorite features in here is this right here, which is the on-demand water heater. Because now, instead of having to take a 5-minute shower, you can take a 20-minute shower if you so choose. And when I step into this shower itself, you'll see because of the 81-inch ceiling height, at 6 foot tall, I can fully stand up in here. I don't have to duck my head down, which again is just one of those improvements I really like. Another thing you may have noticed is there aren't any vents in the floor. All the vents are running into the furniture, including here in the bathroom and in the kitchen. And by doing that, it helps keep the floor a lot cleaner. You'll see there isn't any carpet here either. The floor itself underneath this lino is going to be 2x3 floor joists running in here. And on top of that, 5/8-inch tongue and groove plywood flooring. So by having a little bit thicker flooring or a thicker floor joist, it makes it so the flooring won't creak. And I really like having the tongue and groove, very residential style construction. Taking a look in the back is what we call a double over double bunk, meaning that basically you get this extra space, right? It's going to be double wide. You'll see the ladder so you can climb up into the top bunk. This is big enough for 2 kiddos or an adult. The only thing that I really wish they would have changed here is this bottom rung is pretty hard to put your foot on. I would have liked to have seen just a small cutout is all it really needs, because this is just, in my opinion, too tough to use. You're almost forced to go up to this rung before you can start climbing up, which again, can be a little bit tougher for some adults. If we take a look in here, though, you will see window. You have USB ports, both top and bottom, both USB-A and USB-C. So that allows kids to be able to play some games or tablet, whatever they need to there on a rainy day. Now, the Super Slide here houses both the dinette as well as the jackknife sofa. And I really, really do like Silver Lake's dinettes. And here's why. If you notice, take a look at how deep this dinette is. I mean, I can have another person sit here easily. You know, if I really want to kind of cram in, I can probably have another person and a small child here possibly. It'd be tight, but it is still manageable. But if it's going to be 4 people, you have plenty of room. You can actually stretch out. I really like that. I'm a person who kind of does this when I eat, so I enjoy it. Plus, I like to play a lot of board games, and this gives you the space to do it. Also, this table, it does drop down, and so this becomes a bed, but more importantly is the fact it attaches to the wall, which makes the table very stable compared to a lot of others. If you're looking at like a pedestal table where it kind of rocks really easy and all that rocking motion may actually have the pedestal like rip out of the floor, which is never something you want to have happen. I think this is definitely just a better option for a dinette table. It may not look quite as nice, but functionally, I think it works better. There is storage underneath the dinettes. You just have a finger hole underneath the cushion with a grommet, so you can pull that up to be able to access the storage. And then for the jackknife sofa, this drops down just like any jackknife. And of course, like every jackknife, the big advantage is all the storage you get underneath there, because you don't have any kind of sofa mechanism that's taking up the space, or bed mechanism rather. You'll also see that you have the net right here in front. So if you want to access from the front of the jackknife sofa, you can do that too. Now, what about TV for entertainment? Well, you have a huge wall right here in which you can put that TV. And with how light LED TVs are these days, you can put a really sizable TV here, which I like. As long as the mount doesn't force it to come out too far, just make sure you account for the slide in here. So the slide comes in, but you can definitely get a good sized TV there. And then the kitchen, I think it does a really good job too. You have an L-shaped kitchen here, and as soon as you walk in, there's huge storage right here, which is a perfect spot for shoes, or if you just have a lot of stuff you need to stash away, it's a big extra storage spot. The countertop itself is going to be a heat pressed or thermoform, so you don't have to worry about like T-mold coming off in the counter here, and it also allows you to undermount the big stainless steel bowl that they have, the high-rise faucet there too. Over to the side is going to be your 3-burner cooktop, but you will see you still have some pretty good prep space here, as well as space for like coffee maker, dishes, whatever else you may need there. Of course, the electrical outlet there on the wall. Underneath that 3-burner cooktop, in lieu of an oven, is your microwave. Now, they do this to help give you some additional storage. It's found that most people don't use their oven, so if that's a deal breaker for you, and it may be for some people, just know that it is just a microwave. But by doing that, look at all this storage space you gain up top. You have huge overhead storage in here, especially because of those higher ceiling heights. Definitely a big fan of that. You'll also see the hood, of course, that has the light and fan. And then you have good storage underneath as well, including space for a trash can underneath the sink. You have 2 drawers right next to it and an additional drawer underneath the microwave. As we come up into the bedroom, it's pretty impressive up here too. They do some things very well. You will have a slider door to be able to close this space off for a little privacy. And the bed itself is a king size bed. So big bed in here, storage underneath. Pretty easy to access. It's not strut supported, so keep that in mind when putting anything in here. And maybe a 2-person job or something a little bit lighter. If it takes 2 hands, might be a little bit tougher. You can also see you have wardrobes on both sides, big deep shelf right in the center, electrical outlets and USB ports on both sides. Plus, you have hookup for a TV if you want a TV in the bedroom. Now, with the slide closed, it is a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you can possibly make it. So if you come in, you can kind of come around. You have to be able to fit between essentially the dinette and the countertop here. That will get us into the kitchen, where we then have good access of the fridge and freezer. So fridge door doesn't open completely up because of the table, but it definitely opens up enough you can access everything you need to. From here, you can also crawl back into the bunks, so perfect for the kiddos. You definitely have full access to the bedroom up front. And as far as the bathroom, you can possibly sneak in this way, or you can just come in the secondary door in the bathroom itself. So let's talk a little bit about construction of the East to West Silver Lake 2700 BH, starting off with the tires. You're looking at 205/75 R15s. Those are going to be D for your load range. The underbelly is going to be fully enclosed, insulated, and heated using forced air heat. So as long as the furnace is running, it will force heat into that underbelly, allowing you to camp a little bit later in the fall, a little bit earlier in the spring. We talked about the flooring inside, but again, that's going to be on the 2x3 inch floor joists with that 5/8 inch plywood decking on it. The walls are your standard construction, 2-inch thick walls, R7 batt insulation all the way around. Up on the roof, every 14 inches are double roof trusses for extra support. On top of that is a 3/8 inch roof decking, so it is fully walkable. And on top of that roof decking is the Tough Flex PVC roof membrane, which a lot of people prefer over rubber because it requires almost zero maintenance. It's also going to be tear resistant, puncture resistant, chemical resistant, weather resistant, and you don't have to worry about any pooling water. But as we all know, none of that matters if you can't tow it. So let's take a look at the weights. As equipped, the dry weight on this one is 6,289 pounds. We're just going to call it 6,300. And for GVWR, you're looking at 7,670 pounds. So you have roughly, what, 1,400 pounds, somewhere right in between there, that you can load this bad boy up with. Now, what that means is for tow vehicles, you're most likely looking at a pickup truck, or you're going to have a large SUV. Taking a kind of a walk up around the front, you can see the power tongue jack, 2 20-pound propane tanks with the cover, rails for the battery and battery disconnect. which are all going to be standard. Battery disconnect, of course, is always nice to have on a coach, so that way you don't have the slow drain. It's not going to kill your battery. You can also see you have the protection right down here with kind of the black diamond plating look that's going to help protect from any rocks. And then up top is that smooth aluminum front, which not only looks nicer, but is also easier to clean. Coming around to the side, the pass-through storage has a magnetic catch, nice and easy to use. If you take a look inside there, you will see it is fully finished off. It looks nice because it is nice. You can slide things in and out of there nice and easy, especially with the big door we have here. So if you have some smaller totes or bigger chairs, you can shove them in there, and you have not only one, but two motion sensor lights. You'll have one on each side because it's a big storage space. They expect you to get in from both sides. Making our way back is the solid steps. You can see you have 3 steps on this one, all aluminum, so it's not going to rust. The top step is a little bit bigger, so it's a little bit more doggo friendly. They can get in and out a little bit easier with that larger step. And you can also see the foldable grab handle, not grabbable fold handle. Foldable grab handle right here, so you can make your way in just a little bit easier. It gives you that extra control. Up top is your power awning with an LED light on it. That does cover both doors on this RV, which is exactly what you want. And almost smack dab in the center is hookup for TV, so you can put all your chairs underneath the awning and watch a little bit of TV. If you want to do some cooking outside, this one has the capability to do that. Even though it doesn't have an outside kitchen, because the bunks are on the off-camp side, you will see that it does have a propane quick connect right here, so you can hook up your favorite, Pit Boss, Blackstone, Coleman grill, whatever it may be. Bring it on out, hook it up. You can be the grill master of the campground. Right in the back is going to be your square tubular bumper. You'll see attached to that is this spare tire. It is a full-size spare. It's something I really appreciate from Silver Lake. So in the event that you do need to get to it, not only is it easy to get to, but it also, again, is going to be a full-size spare, which is obviously going to be preferred. If we take a look up top, you will see on this side is going to be ladder prep, so you can buy the telescoping ladder from Lippert, so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof. And you can also see right in the center there is going to be a backup camera prep. Coming over to the side, that is the location for the tankless water heater in case you ever need to access that. But again, my opinion, just a great feature to have. And then right around the corner, black tank flush here, outside shower with hot and cold water access. And one of my favorite parts about this layout is right over here underneath those bunks, you have big exterior storage. I really, really enjoy this because, when I take my kids, we have to bring a lot of stuff, and we tend to not have room for it. Well, with this, you have that big pass-through up front and that storage space right there in the back. And as we make our way up to the front here, you can see both of your water connections, your fresh tank fill up top, city water inlet right down below, and then in between is going to be your cable and satellite hookup. Now, if you're liking everything about this one, the construction, the layout, some of the amenities, but you're looking for something possibly a little bit bigger, maybe you need to sleep more kids, well, check out the 3250 QB. That's coming up next.